So, given that this is going to be Thursday's segment, I am pretty much obligated to record it the night before just to avoid any tightness with time since I've got locals in the afternoon. So, let's just get this on out of the way. I'm going to be starting today's segment by bowling around the region. I'm going to be finding all of the rock climb areas that I have access to now. I got the badge from Candace a couple segments ago, allowing me to use rock climb, so I can go around and do that. I think there's one area that involves a bunch of trainers, so I feel like I've probably got enough time to go on a bit of a tangent about the new Sword and Shield info that was revealed about half an hour ago. As of this point, you can see the time when this is being recorded anyway on the clock. I imagine that some people might want to go into the games without spoilers. So I'm going to be putting an annotation somewhere around about here telling you it'll have like a timestamp telling you when I'll be done talking about the spoilers. I will also be putting another annotation at that point, just to tell other people that spoilers are officially over if they just want to see me bowling around using rock climb, I guess. So that I guess is the housekeeping for this segment, so let's go ahead and begin. This is probably about as good a time as any to start muting the audio, because I'm about to start talking about random stuff. I don't actually know where to begin, though. I suppose I should probably begin with the new characters that were revealed. We got two new rivals, one of which is named... I'm just sort of switching back and forth between the game here and Cereby's Twitter on my laptop just to get images and stuff like that. First rival to talk about, I don't even know how to pronounce this name. It is spelled B-E-D-E, so it could like be Bed or Beatty or Bede or whatever the bloody hell. I've got no idea. She's got like this like pink trench coat, wears just about a literal box on her back to store stuff with, and it looks like she's got like suction cups on the backs of her legs. And she's also got like this haircut that for some reason reminds me of Queen Elizabeth. I have no idea how I feel about this rival. She looks kind of weird. She looks just a little bit evil. I'm not too sure if I like this one. The next one, though, I have a little bit of a warmer reception to, I guess. This one's name is Marnie, and for some stupid reason, she's got like a massive freaking fan base. I don't know if she's some kind of a celebrity. She's got certainly the gothic vibe going for her. She's got like the black fingernails. She's got like a black leather coat. Well, black leather jacket rather. Where else do I want to go? I think there's another area like over here somewhere. She's got like black boots. She's got all like the bells and whistles and stuff like that. Gotta be wearing some kind of a like neck choker, necklace type thing. And yeah, and for some reason she's also just got like a pink dress on underneath. So I'm not too sure what kind of fashion statement that is. But definitely a bit of a gothic vibe from this one. Like I said, she has her own fan base who just for some reason happens to be the antagonistic team of the game. These guys are called Team Yell, and they are basically just like punk rock groupie type people. I don't even know what the fuck their fashion statement is, but they look a bit weird. I will not really pass judgment on them too much until I go up against them in the flesh. Also, best place to rock climb up. Let me just have a look and see if there's anything hidden up here. Of course there had to be. Oh, Star Piece. That's all right, I suppose. Okay, so that's those out of the way. I guess I should probably be heading up towards Route 216 and fighting the trainers off there. Yeah, like, I'm looking at the image of the male Team Yell trainer. To give you an idea what this guy looks like, he's got like this weird grey vest. Underneath it's like this black shirt with some purple and white stuff on it. Grey like jeans that are a little bit torn up at the knees. Some weird boots with like spiked anklets. Spiked like bracelets or something like that. Some kind of like a horn or like noisemaker that's like splitting into two at the end. He's got like this magenta mohawk. Just this random patch across his eyes that's just all magenta with an X in the middle. It's just, this guy's like, very, very much over the top. I feel like that's probably the intention for these guys. I think the female image here is here as well. Yeah, she doesn't seem all that different. Most of her torso is blocked off by this random poster of Marnie that she's got holding up, and she's holding it the wrong way, mind you. She's holding it in like a portrait. Wait. Okay. I just paid absolutely no attention there, and I thought I was using a repel, and I was not. So let's just ignore that. I would like to have a team of 6 here to go up against these trainers, but unfortunately I can't really do that because I need to get a quick way out of this route once I'm done. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to pass complete judgment on them until I've fought them and they have shown me all that they are capable of doing. I don't think we've not revealed like the leader or anything like that. I don't really expect Marnie to be the leader. She seems very much like the antithesis of Gladian. Like, Gladian kind of had affiliations with Team Skull, but they didn't really like him. I think Marnie's in a similar way, but Team Yell, instead of, like, showing disdain for her, are just, like, blind fans that probably froth at the mouth whenever she shows up. I've got no idea. Just cue that freaking line or whatever. I think there's a couple of other features. There's like a Poké Jobs thing where you go to the PC at, I think, any Pokemon Center, I guess, and you can send Pokemon to like do tasks and gain experience and all that sort of thing. I get the impression this might be something similar to the Poké Walker from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. If that's what it is, that might be kind of cool. But I also get like a bit of a, I don't know, I get a bit of like a mission, like jobs type of thing, like maybe not necessarily like a global mission or a FunFest mission from previous generations, but it seems like these might actually end up being like little mini games, and those might be kind of interesting. I'll have to see what those end up entailing. Speaking of the PC, it, like the phone and just about everything else, it seems in this game, is being occupied by a Rotom, and this Rotom looks like it's got arms. This thing looks like it's got, like, Diggersby's ears for freaking arms. It is weird as shit. And speaking of weird and shit, now that we've gotten those random little decidedly uninteresting bits out of the way, fuck you, Criticals, by the way. Everything else I have actually is weak to Ariyama, which is bad. But moving on, we have the Pokemon to talk about. First off is the Generation's Pika clone. It is named Morpeko, and it is, this thing's a bit of a, it's, how on earth do I actually explain the design of this thing? It is yellow primarily. It looks kind of like a loaf of bread, kind of, with like ears and hands, and it looks like it's got little pouches and stuff, and it's like, got a bit of brown on one of its sides and black on the other, and this design is apparently its full belly mode, so I guess it's like in a happy mode, and I think it's just like all happy because it's had something to eat. And then with its ability, it just for some reason changes into a very fucking pissed off mode where it is black on both sides with purple in the middle, has red eyes, and is very, very pissed off, and it is literally called hangry mode. And what this does is it doesn't actually change the Pokemon's type. The Pokemon's type, regardless of form, is Electric Dark, which I don't think we've had in Pokemon before, which I think that might be kind of interesting. But what it does is it changes the type of the Pokemon's signature move, which I think is called Aura Wheel. If it's in the full belly mode, it's electric. If it's in the hangry mode, then it is in, what's the other one? Dark type. So either way, it gets stabbed. The full belly mode is kind of cute. It's got a bit of a derpy smiley face to it. Kind of reminds me a bit of Pachirisu. The hangry mode is just nothing short of hilarious. It gives Wooloo a run for its money in terms of like being one of the greatest things that Sword and Shield have to offer. One thing that I think trumps it though, as we move on to the next important topic of discussion, is the confirmation that Galar will have its own regional variants in Galarian forms, much like Alolan forms of the previous generation. And the first of those that was revealed was a Galarian Weezing. This thing may be the single greatest thing that Sword and Shield have to offer at this point in its like build up to its release. In terms of looks, it's primarily exactly the same as a regular Weezing, except it is grey instead of purple. Its clouds of gas are green, and it actually has like some smudges of gas on, like both heads have like smudges of gas on their face that's meant to resemble facial hair. And then on top of that, on its on top of each head is what can only be described as the combination of like a top hat or like a bowler hat and those big tall fuck off chimneys that emit smoke. Like if you've ever played Banjo-Tooie and been to Grundy Industries, those weird like smoke stacks, I guess, on top of the building, that's basically what's on top of the two heads of this Weezing. But it's got like the bit down the bottom that just sort of folds up like a top hat. It's probably it's almost certainly the greatest thing I've ever seen in terms of what Sword and Shield has to offer. It's certainly making it a little bit easier for me to decide whether or not I want to get these games or not. Another interesting element is that it's actually Poison Fairy, which is again, I don't believe we've had Poison Fairy as a type combo in Pokemon until now, so that adds a nice little element of interest to the Pokemon, just, you know, having a decidedly unique type coverage. Same thing with Impidimp being dark and fairy. We've not had that before either, and that seems pretty interesting to me. It has one of its abilities confirmed, which is Levitate, the same as regular old Weezing, but apparently it's going to have another one. That might be interesting to look at. And then lastly, in terms of another Galliform, we actually have Galliforms of the Zigzagoon line. These ones, I'm looking at these and I'm just getting an immediate Kiss vibe out of them. The region's meant to be based in Britain, and so I can understand where there's like some kind of a punk rocker type vibe from it, or like a British rock. I'm thinking kind of like Queen or something like that, but the first thing I thought of was Kiss, because Zigzagoon and Linoon both have their tongues out. They are black and white instead of light brown and like an off-white. Their eyes are like red and all mean looking. The patches like that are over their eyes they now just have star shapes, and like I said, they've got these bloody tongues poking out. Linoon's in particular is a bit creepy because it's all pointy and stuff like that, and it's just a bit unsettling, which I think is kind of cool. I feel like it might be slightly over the top, but if it fits in with the criminal team, then I guess it's kind of supposed to be all over the top and everything, so I guess it's quite alright. But the most interesting element of this reveal is that Galarian form Linoon actually evolves. So we have a evolution line that actually has varying numbers of like members of the family depending on which regional variant it is. The Galarian form, the Galarian Zigzagoon line has actually got a second evolution. It is called Obstagoon, and this thing, if I ever use this in a playthrough, it's going to be very hard for me not to name it Gene Simmons, because it's got all of the Kiss hallmarks about it. It's got the bloody tongue. It's just got that. It's got that Kiss vibe. If you're a fan of Kiss, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm not necessarily a fan of Kiss, so I might be entirely off the mark, but I kind of associate the whole tongue out of your mouth shtick as being a thing that Kiss was known for. Obstagoon is a biped. It has just a whole bunch of like random mounds of freaking fur like on its arms and its legs and on its shoulders and stuff like that. It's got these crosses on its shoulders. It's got this weird pattern leading from its head down to its body. It's kind of cool looking. I imagine this is probably Marnie's ace, because Marnie's hair is kind of... Her haircut's a bit similar in like design to Obstagoon. So I get the impression that she's probably got this as her ace, or like she'll probably start with like... She'll probably be like the... She'll have like the first Galarian Linoon you come across in the game, and then by the end she'll have evolved into an Obstagoon. I think that's kind of interesting. It didn't say Galarian Obstagoon in the reveal video though, so I get the impression that there might not actually be like a base Hoennian, whatever the hell you want to call it, form of Obstagoon that evolves from the base Linoon. And so I'm quite curious to see what they do with these Galarian forms, because they're doing something a little bit different, and this is one of those things where I'm just kind of looking at it and thinking to myself, this might actually be kind of interesting. And who knows? I don't want to really pass judgment on it until I've been and experienced it for myself. I've gone on a tangent about that like twice or 3 times already, so I sound a bit like a broken record here, but yeah, I'm alright with it. I still think that Sword and Shield still have problems, but they're not really something that I am hugely keen on talking about, because just I don't want to get wrapped up in all the negativity surrounding the games and whatnot. It's a thing. It is certainly a thing, but I don't know. I didn't even know how to end this, to be quite honest. I think from what we've seen today, it's pretty good. I see no real reason to be an asshole and just blatantly boycott the freaking games. Not having national decks does suck, of course, but yeah, I feel like we can work around it. I'm not too sure if I'm going to pay full price for it, though, if I'm going to get it on release day yet, but this is definitely one of those positive reveals, I guess. I think that's about my final analysis on that. And I think that's timed out pretty well here, so let me just put the annotation here. And so, for those who have skipped up to this point and or have joined back in the realm of sound, some of these trainers were a bit more obnoxious than they had really any right to be. Especially that Lapras that just kind of effortlessly murdered 2 of my Pokemon without any problems whatsoever, which I was not a particularly huge fan of. But yeah, I think that's about everything. I can't remember if there are any other rock climb areas that I need to explore, because there's that one up there, which we've already been through. What else is there? I think there is one over here near Pastoria City, so I'll knock that over and then probably start climbing Mount Coronet. Not too sure how far up I'm going to get before I feel like having to stop. But this might just be a really long segment. It's something I just might not be able to avoid. If the Swellers can bugger off, that would be quite lovely. So, is there actually a reason to be up here? There might be. Okay, HP up. Anything else? Does not look like it. Okay, so all this actually served was... I guess this serves as a pretty good place to poke a radar chain in this route if you wanted to do that, because it's a nice wide open, evenly spaced out patch of grass. I mean, there's some trees in the way, but they're not really like impeding that much, because you wouldn't want to go bowling around in this patch of grass. It's a bit shitty, not perfectly conducive to radar chaining. I think that other area is just better suited to it. But now that that's out the way, let me try and work out what I'm going to be taking up the mountain with me. I'm not too sure what HMs I'm going to be needing to use, other than definitely surf at one point and then also rock climb. So Spearmint and Tidal are pretty much obligated to come with on this expedition. I think the rest of the team should probably be built in a way that counteracts the Galactic Commanders and Cyrus, and so I think Pompota's going to have to miss out again. Pompota has kind of been lacking a bit in the last couple of segments. I haven't been giving it much of an opportunity, but it hasn't really been putting in much work. I feel like I should probably rework its moveset, maybe give it some kind of a recovery move, and just maybe hopefully stall out with Toxic and give it a stab move. I'll have to assess that maybe later on. Let's bring Ghost Trick back into the side. I think I'd like to have both Suricate and Ghost Trick. I think these are my two, like, premier sweepers of the team. I've got $3 around to put up screens, and I think the rest of the team might be pretty well suited to knocking over anything that gets in my way here. I want to see it. Let's see. Do I have any, like, hard stones in here? Yeah, I think I'll give Spearman a hard stone because it's already getting stabbed for its grass and ice attacks. It's not getting that from rock climb, so I think it might benefit from that. Any other move changes that I'd like to put on? I mean, I'm just kind of winging it at the moment and wasting time because I'm already 20 minutes in. But, nah, I think I'm sorted. If I want to give Thingy, like, Ice Beam or something like that, then, I can very easily do that on the fly. And by Thingy, I mean Spearmint. Okay, no. You go there. You're not coming with. And Tropius, I believe we want to start off at Hearthome City and then move on from there. I think that's the first place we want to start. I think that's where we want to start from. Because I think that area joining routes 207 and 208 has like the first rock climb wall that I want to start climbing up. So that's about as good a place as any to start up. It's gonna be a long way up. This might, depending on I think I would like try to work my way up to the top, see how long the segment is, and if it turns out to be long enough, then I'll probably conclude the segment there and go through the rest of it in Friday's segment. Should probably be putting up a rappel. Oh boy, more proteins. I think I got like a crap ton of star pieces and proteins and stuff like that, and I've continually forgotten to go and sell them. Is there an item in here? No, there is not. Okay, let's get... Do I actually want to get a rappel up right now? Because I think this might be an area that I couldn't access before, which means there might be some high-level wild Pokemon here, some that I might not actually have at the moment. So if I run into some of those and maybe catch those, that might be interesting. Let's see. Well, I do need another Bronzong for the collection, so I guess we might as well have a go. Escape rope, that might be useful. Golbat, you are certainly not. I really wish Crobat could be encountered in the wild, because it's going to be absolute arse frickin' raising a Zubat up and evolving it. Clefairy, I don't have to catch another one. Once we get out towards the summit, I can actually Poké Radar and find Wild Clefable, which is kind of cool. I probably should have come here before, because that right there is like this tablet, which kind of like blocks your way up to the summit of Mount Coronet. And it's kind of interesting looking. I think it's, for the most part, it's like just a piece of cardboard. But, yeah, it would be kind of interesting, I guess. Yeah, cave painting, whatever the hell jackass here wants to call it. Trainer enough. Hey, sure. Yeah. Can you shut up? Why? What does the black flute even do? Come on, tell me. What does the black flute even do? Wild Pokemon less like to... Okay, it's about as useless as just about every other flute in the series. Hello. Go away. I think this might be heading up towards the summit. I used to think that this room right here was part of Iron Island. I don't know what made me think of that, but that was a pretty obviously put hidden item there where the rock was. Okay, it looks like we've got our first Galactic schmuck right here. Okay, everybody else has seen some screen time except Ghostrix, so we'll lead with her. Well, you're probably not succeeding in either one of those, honestly. Oh, okay. So just survive my shtick. I guess you can eat an Earthquake to the face. And Persian. In before it's just a Alolan Persian. Something quick. That'll do. Get wrecked. Suricate immediately enters level 55. Okay. Ghostrick lead again, I guess. I probably should have gone back and gotten some more healing supplies. I'll have to have a look and see what supplies I've got once I'm done here. Drapion as a Poison Dark must be killed by Earthquake. Nothing else will do the trick. And Kricketune, I guess we'll go in with Spearmint and Rock Climate. Damn it. Failed to knock out a Kricketune with Rock Climb. a hard stone boosted rock climb. It's like, it's almost like it didn't justify the use there. 15 hyper potions, 14 lava cookies, 12 revives. I imagine I will probably be ending the segment before I actually go up into the summit, so I'll be able to restock on healing items once I'm done there. In the meantime, I suppose we might as well look out here for some wild Pokemon, because there's some like Donphan that I have not obtained yet. So we'll just sit out here, and hopefully Donphan will stay in the ball long enough for me to, well, long enough to avoid the hail, because that'll suck. Imagine running into a fucking shiny Donphan here, and knowing that you're basically on a timer to try and catch it before the freaking hail kills it. That is just all sorts of horrible. Hello, Loudred. I do not... Actually, I think I might need you. If you survive this, and I'll try to catch you. Yeah, I don't believe Exploud can be found in the... Wait, no, I've already got Exploud, don't I? I actually have no idea. If I don't, I can just catch another one. It's not a big deal. I'll just check the Pokedex for the moment. Let's see. Numerical, A to Z, name... L, type, normal, we'll do that. Okay, Loudred. I do not have Exploud. Okay, so I would definitely like to pick up another Loudred while I'm up here. Yeah, Ursaring. I think Ursaring was the thing that I was trying to catch when I came across, the stupid shiny... What was it? The shiny Golbat in, Storm Silver. Come on. Don't have all day, stun. Thank you. These patches are absolutely terrible for rock climbing. No, not rock climbing, radar hunting, by the way, which is why I'm not going to try to, like, get Clefable while I'm here. Jeez, think there's enough star pieces? Are there any other... I think there's, like, 2 different directions that you can go here, actually. So let me go in here, see what's in here. Random bluish tinge to this place. I think this is like the room that originally has Feebas in it in base platinum. I think there's like 4 tiles in this room that have it. And I think up here, like if you have Waterfall, you can go up here and there's like a separate room where you can find the Adamant and Lustrous Orbs, which you will need to catch Dialga and Palkia. So that'll be something relevant to my interests in not too long from now. Hello, Abomasnow. I do not actually need you. Hidden item, Blue Shard. That's because that's totally useful. Absol. I'm kind of astonished that these Pokemon are just sort of bowling around out here in the grass when they are quite clearly susceptible to the elements that are inherent to this place. Anyhow, now that I know that I need one of you, let's just kill one. Whatever. Anything I don't catch here, I'm just going to show off at the start of the next segment and probably, like, cut back up to the top of Mount Coronet or something like that. Okay, Ghost Trick is dead. Let's fix that, shall we? And then I will lead with Tidal. Send me back in time, apparently. And, okay, that's a nice sense of vindication right there. Beedrill. Yeah, might as well go 3-0. This thing might have like a dark move, but no, it has Mega Horn. And a Golbat. Yeah, stay in, go for the Zen Headbutt, because it tries to use Brave Bird. I don't understand why Golbat and Crobat can learn Brave Bird, because they're not even birds, they're freaking bats. Like, they're a different type of animal. So yeah, there's that cave that gets you the Adamant and Lustrous Orbs. Can't get in there at the moment though, so as you will have seen just before. What are you leading with? You're leading with a Ledian. That is begging for me to kick its ass with Stone Edge. And that is begging for me to kick its ass with Stone Edge. Stone Edge. Stone Edge. Not. Fuck you. Fine. That's begging for me to kick its ass with Dark Pulse. No, not Dark Pulse. Fuck's sake. What the hell is this wheezing? Why is it killing my team? I feel like I should probably go and get some more movement milks as well, just to supplement the hyper potions. It'll save me money anyway. Not that I really need to save up on money at the moment. That's quite a fair amount of cash stack that I've got. Anything in this rock? Surprisingly, no. It's a pretty obviously placed rock, but apparently not obvious enough to hide a hidden item. Wait. Hold on, what? Are you actually a trainer? No. Oh, no, but she does heal them. Okay, that... I'm quite alright with that. Random little entrance down here. I think this will take you down to the base of the mountain. There might be some galactic grunts here that I need to knock over, though. So it's just occurred to me that Ghost Trick is failing to knock stuff out without any, stat boosts. That's rather problematic, actually. Hello, Beldum. Okay. I think I might need to pick up another, Metang while I'm in the local area as well, because obviously I'm, like, pretty damn sure you can't come across a meadow gross here. Let me put up a rappel here, because there's nothing here that I need. I've been to this area before. Okay. You can eat a Moonblast in the face. Stab helps, I guess. Another Moonblast to the face. And I will switch out. Oh, no, I forgot to do that. I mispressed. I misclicked. Mishit. Mistimed. Miss honey. I don't know. Any other misses that I'm missing? These guys seem pretty useless, if you ask me. They just don't seem like they really serve much of a purpose, because I don't even know if this area is like an area that you need to really explore in order to go up to the summit, unless there's like something that happens here as like a side event, but I don't recall anything like that happening. That doesn't mean Drayana can't put a side event like that in here, but I have my doubts as to whether that's or not that's actually a thing. Okay. Well, since I'm near Return to City, I might as well... Yeah, screw it. This is going to be a long segment no matter what I do, so... Let's just lengthen it, make it even more difficult to sit through. Why the fuck not, right? Okay, I need... What do I need? Crap ton of hyper potions. 31. Revives, how many of those have I got? Let me get another 11. Full heals, don't need full heals. Super repels, might as well stock up back up to 50. Okay, that'll do. I'm not going to sell the stuff though. That would be too much padding. So let's just run into what kind of shiny do we want to run into? Do we want to run into a Cleffa? A shiny Cleffa would be nice. Not that I've never actually had a shiny Cleffa before. Like, I literally used one in the previous LP before this one. Okay, so I think that's that little wazoo thingy out the way. Random moonstone. Maybe that's why you can find Clefabas up here. There's just, like, that patch of rock that's just moonstone and has moon radiation and just causes some of the Clefairies to evolve if they get close. I don't know. That is definitely a bit of a stretch. Oh, yeah, good. This, one of those rock climb walls is completely useless. Is there an item all the way down here in this little bit? I imagine there probably is, because you need to go through a bunch of grass in order to get there. Did I grab one of you? Another one of you? Don't think I did. Rock climb. Let's, oh, jeez. I probably don't even have the time to try to put it to sleep. Oh, use rest. I'm alright with that. I'm just going to try catching this as it is. Cool. Alright, so I will show that off having evolved it in the next segment, I guess. And, I'll leave Spearman as it is. Okay, so I believe this is the home stretch here. I think we want to lead with Tidal, I guess. We'll lead with Spearman, but she took a little bit of damage against that Thingusamingus. Yanmega, you need a Stone Edge to the face. It got one-shotted by Bug Buzz. Are you shitting me? Damn. Also, Hyper Beam would be interesting, but I'm going to go ahead and say no to that one. Ghost Trick. Sounds like a good idea to me. Nasty Plot. Yep, Power Gem. That's the way. Now, I've got a dead Pokemon on my team, don't I? Yeah, that's right. Fucking Bug Buzz one-shotting Rampart. What the hell is Yanmega's special attack in this freaking... in this hack? Let's have a look. No idea because it has not been changed. So I'll have to look that up on Cerebi at some point. Guess I'll just put an annotation here if I remember to do it. Spearmint lead. Rock Climb? Yeah, I didn't think so. At least I get an excuse to heal Spearmint now. Zen Headbutt. And I need a fire move. Hashtag fuck it. Let's Earthquake and do shit like that. Oh, it used Magnet Rise. It's a smart panda. I missed like with Stone Edge twice there. Yeah, fast thing. Go. It's Persian, it's fast. I beat it with another fast thing. It is faster than that fast thing. Because it's fast. Heal. Apologies if this segment does feel rushed. It didn't really occur to me that this might have been a little bit on the rushed side, but I don't know. It's just me bowling through a... Yeah, I'm just basically playing 2 games at the local bowling alley with teal-colored bowl cuts as pins. That's basically all that this is. It might be interesting if I slowed it down, but the likelihood is that it probably isn't. I need to switch out here because I can't use Gyro Ball twice in a row because of Torment. So I'm just going to go ahead and Ice Beam this thing to finish it off. Golbat, $3, I guess. Zen Headbutt. And then Toxicroak. I'd love to send in Spearmint, but I kind of really can't. I guess stay in and Zen Headbutt. That sounds good. And then Pinsir. Again, can't send Spearmint in against that. I'll Power Gem it then. I think Ghost actually just has, for some reason, a resistance to Bug. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh boy, Magnet Pull. The one time that actually stops me. I should probably have caught that Nose Pass. I'm not too sure if I can find Proper Pass in the wild. I'm about to find out, aren't I? Probo Pass. No, I cannot. So yeah, whenever you hear that, then you'll know that whatever it is I'm trying to look for cannot be found on the page. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and call the segment here, because beyond this hole in the wall is the very top of Mount Coronet, known as the Spear Pillar. We're going to be having a boatload of fun on that, with that to wrap out this week's quota of segments. Okay, I'm going to bring this segment to a close before I completely lose the ability to speak. Next time, a massive climax. Shit, that didn't come out right. Nor did that. Ending.